Today I'm going to help you get big value in Call of Dragons by navigating all of the different bundles and pop-ups and things you can purchase in the game to highlight what is the best value and the things that are the lowest value. So stick around in this video for the bundles that are the very best and a cut above. But before I begin, allow me to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Bluestacks. Using Bluestacks, you can download Call of Dragons and play on your PC, which is what I'm doing right now. This is currently the only open access method for playing Call of Dragons on your PC. So check out that link that's in the description and also the pinned comment if you want to play Call of Dragons on your PC. And I generally think that playing on a PC is the better way to go. Now, for those of you that are new to my channel, I'm Chisgule Gaming, and I've made over 2,000 videos about the game that this is based on, and that's Rise of Kingdoms. And I spent over $100,000 in Rise of Kingdoms, so I'm pretty qualified to talk about what is worth spending on in these sorts of games and what is definitely worth passing on. And also, I've played the Call of Dragons beta for the last 6 months in order to get a sense of what's really worth it. So let's dive right in to the things that are worth getting and the things that you probably can skip on. We'll start with the highest value, get to the lowest value stuff. And if we're talking about extremely high value in Call of Dragons, then the place that we need to start is the Growth Fund. This is something that gets you value over time. It costs $10, okay? And once you level up your City Hall, you get access to more and more gems, and you can use those gems to do all kinds of good stuff. So generally, I would say the Growth Fund, as far as one-time purchases go for your account, is pretty damn good. In addition, there is something that you can spend on every season, and season passes generally are very high value. This is no exception. In Call of Dragons, there is an Insight rune that you can purchase. Unlocking the Insight rune gives you a tier of extra rewards on your battle pass, and this is super high value. You can go for the higher level of this called Light's Inspiration. This will give you 10 extra levels on your battle pass and also extra experience when you complete challenges, but you shouldn't need this to actually get all the way to the end of the battle pass here. And something you should absolutely be doing every single day when you play this game is smashing your way through the challenges in order to progress your battle pass. That includes daily challenges, weekly challenges, and seasonal challenges in order to get the top tier reward, which at the very end of this thing is ultimately going to be a legendary artifact. And there it is, bada boom. In this particular season, for this account, it's Shadow Blades. There are a couple other ways that you can get value over time in Call of Dragons. If we make our way back to the shop, there are monthly packs, and these are also super high value for the amount of money that you spend. I mean, it literally shows you on the screen 8,000% value, 8,800% value for the $5 and $3 packs. Every day you log in, you get some goodies. This currency over here, Keystone Copper, gives you universal artifact keys, which you use to get artifacts. And this just brings you a key already, a universal artifact key every single day, along with some other goodies. And this green stuff over here is combat point recovery. So these are really, really important. This is the equivalent of action points. It's called CP. Oh, I guess it's command points. Whatever. I was close. The command points are crucial to use to level up in a new season. You may be like, Chisgule, why aren't you leveling up this account? Well, I mean, you can see this is a farm that will be used at some point down the road. My main account, I'm firing up, honestly, probably already happened by the time this video goes live, and I'm planning to spend an upwards of $5 grand in the first month. So, yeah, no, there's a lot of these bundles that I'm going to be picking up, but those are the ones I'm going to do first. Now, from here, there are some other really crucial bundles that are super high value, and I want to talk about legendary commanders. The daily special offer tends to be super high value, and you can even pick which hero you want, although at the start of the season, I think you're only going to have access to Velen. But these daily special offers are really, really high value. And you want to go in and get the daily deal right over here, the $2.99 special, which buys all 3 of these. That's 100% the way to go. It's cheaper than buying them individually. You shouldn't buy these individually. If you're going to spend on it, you should get this sucker right over here. Another way that you can get a bunch of legendary commanders is through VIP. And these VIP honor exclusives are really, really good. Unlike in Rise of Kingdoms, where only recently even has one of the heroes become super relevant, and the other hero has always been kind of, you know, meh, fine, I guess, for the early game. That's Hannibal Barca. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. In this game, Lilia, who you can get up to VIP, I think it's level 9. No, it's, yeah, level 9. And Hosk, who you can start to unlock at VIP level 10. These heroes are actually super legit. And not only are they going to be really, really strong at the start, but I think they will be valuable for a really long time. So these are heroes that are a really solid pickup and are super high value if you want to spend. Which brings me to an important topic, by the way, that I probably should have addressed toward the beginning of the video. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. But if you're going to be spending in a mobile game, consider your life priorities. Things like saving for retirement, having an emergency fund, always, I would say always prioritize your family. But again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. But just really consider your life priorities before you jam on microtransactions in a mobile game, okay? In order to show you the next tier of really valuable items, and I guess I should say bundles that you can get in the game, I actually need to go to some screenshots of a bunch of pop-ups that I've gotten. There are a bunch of pop-up bundles that you'll get as you play through Call of Dragons. Some of them are way higher value than others, so I want to walk through that, but also I want to offer some common sense guidance, which is that as you progress your account more, some of these things you aren't going to need. So for example, when you unlock 6 epic artifacts, this bundle seems pretty solid. It's giving you some currency that you can only use within the season that you're in to sort of level up your artifacts, but also you can star them up. This is something I would snap off right away at the start of the game, but is a lot less valuable later on. From here, we've got Decorated Hero. Same sort of story. As you're leveling up, you get an epic to 40. You have this option to buy medals for epic commanders. I think this is really high value when you need the medals, and really low value once you no longer need them, which will happen pretty quickly. Here's one, Marching Formation 3. You're about to unlock level 3 units, baby. The early game. This bundle, I would say, is higher value than what you get in the super value bundles that are available all the time, but less value than some of the other pop-ups that I'll show you in just a minute here. But this gives you a sense of like, man, there are just lots of these different pop-ups. They're timed. The intention is to give you pressure, so that you feel like you have to kind of hurry, right, to pick up one of these bundles or you miss out on them. And if you don't buy the bundle, like, it's really not the end of the world. There's going to be plenty of things to buy in this game, especially if you're a mid to low spender. You can always reprioritize your spending somewhere else. As a high spender, I'm going to be picking up literally every single one of these bundles when I start my new account, okay? Here's a good one. Congratulations, you obtained a legendary artifact. The stars that you need to level up legendaries, you're going to need a lot of. Also, 10 more artifact keys seems pretty good. Here's another Battlefield Master. This one is pretty decent. The gold medals. You're going to need a lot of gold medals. This is the equivalent of gold stars in Rise of Kingdoms. You need these ultimately to unlock new skills on your heroes. Let's cruise on through here. Another one step ahead bundle. Once you get your City Hall to level 19, you'll get one of those. Also, I got one of those at level 20 when I begun upgrading to level 20. Here's another one, Extensive Knowledge, your academy equivalent. That's your research center. Once you take that to a certain level, you'll get a bundle that offers you a bunch of speed ups. Again, these are generally better value than the super value bundles. We haven't even talked about those yet because they're the lowest value item on the menu here, short of just buying raw gems, but let's keep going for now because there's just so many of these. Here's another one where we're getting more medals. On the move, your city size is increased to Metropolis. Another pop-up bundle. You're about to unlock T4 units. Slightly more expensive bundle, that's for sure. Wilder Hall, level 22. Also, you'll notice that this particular bundle is giving some arrows used to level up your watchtower. helpful, but like honestly not essential that you buy this bundle to get those. You can get them other ways. Immortal Treasure, I think we reviewed. This one, finally, we get to the pop-up I really wanted to show you. Legendary Trailblazer, this one is a snap buy. $5, 10 tokens, bunch of medals, and speed ups, and honor, and keys. This is a GG easy. You buy this bundle every time it pops up if you're a spender. I mean, you know, it's just a really high value bundle. Even compared to that daily special offer where I was like, bro, that's good value. No. This is the better value. But then it's daily special offer in terms of just getting lots of these tokens that you need to get skills onto commanders. I've got another picture here of Seer's Council level 22. There's so many of these, one step ahead. Wilderhall, that city hall, level 23. Dazzling Radiance. You upgraded an epic artifact to level 40. GG, man. Fate Changer. Oh, this is a good one from the time that my account got zeroed. Yeah, I got a bunch of tiers of a Fate Changer. Fate Changers are actually super high value. Certainly in Rise of Kingdoms. I mean, these bundles have way more speed ups than you can get pretty much anywhere else. And I'll have a card in the end screen for that time that I got zeroed in Call of Dragons. It honestly is not that bad, but I wasn't paying attention to the account. It's kind of a funny story. All right, baby, we're back in Bluestacks. By the way, you can play on your PC using Bluestacks. Check the link in the description. Thank you again, Bluestacks, for sponsoring today's video. At the start of the game, there's going to be a series of bonus rewards you get for purchasing raw gems. Okay? This is pretty cool. Make another purchase and receive 1,000 gems. This doesn't work with gem tokens. I believe this only works with raw gems, and I'll show you the difference here, but those pop-up bundles all have gem tokens, and some of the bundles I'm about to show you will have raw gems, but when you make these purchases, I mean, they give you a bunch of stuff, which is pretty cool, and also when you make your first purchase, you get Lilia. So make your first purchase to receive the legendary hero Lilia for free, alongside a host of these other rewards, and like, yeah, this is actually really high value. I mean, $1, 20 keys, and a bunch of experience tomes. Sign me up, man. Yeah, I'm buying this, hands down. So, especially because I'm, going to be working on Lilia. So those are really high value at the start, on top of other things you might be doing. Also, each season, there is a Blaze of Glory bundle, which gives, in my understanding, more speed ups and resources than you would get otherwise from your super value bundles, also known as the great value bundles. Now, this is where you can see they're giving you those raw gems that you would need in order to work on your purchase payback. There's this same mechanic in Rise of Kingdoms where it's like, man, that first spending that you do is just like super freaking rewarded, right? And the game is trying to train you to be a spender. So watch your psychology there, folks. But with that said, this is your last option for value-ish in Call of Dragons. And I say value-ish because you can even see they label it under 1,000% value compared to, for example, we go over to these monthly packs, 8,000% value, 8,800% value, right? Like the value is just way, way, way different on these great value bundles. And that's by design because you can get these great value bundles every single day. So the general mechanic for spending in these games is that over time, rewards are the most generous, and also time-limited rewards are still very generous, and the least generous are the ones you can get anytime you want, okay? Any day, you can go in and get these. And will I be going in and, purchasing some of these bundles at the start of the game? I probably will be. I think that's almost certainly going to be the case, that I'm just going to do a crazy jump start with that 5K in the first month and pick up some of these bundles. What you get in these bundles will vary, and obviously it depends on what you want. The City of Hope has a blend of speed ups, resources, and building speed ups. The Path of Knowledge has universals and then research speed ups with resources. Okay, the Heroes of Tamaris has medals and tokens. So they actually give you gold heads, the equivalent in Rise of Kingdoms, right away, which is really nice. So this bundle drops in value the higher tier you go. So it's my understanding that actually buying the $5 bundle every day could be moderate value. But you could even see, like, compared to the pop-up we got, that for $5 was giving you 10 tokens and more medals and some keys. Like, this $5 bundle is not nearly as good. And it's also not nearly as good as the daily deal that I was telling you about toward the beginning of the video. It's like immediate to see that the great value bundles, I mean, it's sort of funny they name them that way because it's obviously designed to make you feel better about it because they are the lowest value among the things that you can potentially go to. The Treasures of Tamaris gives you Artifact, Universal Keys, and Arcane Dust. You know, the weird thing is that Arcane Dust is scrapped at the end of the season. So this is definitely a whale's way to really progress your artifacts fast at the start of the season. I think that could be interesting to do as a super high spender, but otherwise don't go near that. And then over here, you're getting a blend of speed ups and resources again, this time training speeds and universals. And then Time of Harvest is just a boatload of resources over here. If you're wondering what's in every single one of these bundles, great news for you. Abused Panda, who's another content creator, has gone in and created this list. As you can see on screen, this is the $5 bundle. Then over here is the $10 bundle. Feel free to pause the video, by the way, if you want to do a closer look at what's in each one of these bundles. From here, there is the $20 bundle. Then we've got the $50 bundle. And last but not least, the $100 bundle. G freaking G, baby. So typically in Rise of Kingdoms, you can go in and you can buy this $100 bundle multiple times. I assume that's the case for Call of Dragons, but I haven't actually personally maxed out one of these super value bundles just yet, although I probably will at the start of my main account, which is happening probably actually the same day that this video has gone live. There are some additional bundles that show up in that great value bundles section that are related to events. One of those is a Wheel of Fortune related bundle, and I have pictures of these courtesy of Czar and their All Things Money guide. So if we get a look in here, you can see that at the $5 tier, you get a small amount of these vouchers. These are basically wheel spins. You can also buy these for gems. So don't think you must buy these bundles in order to get them. But at the $5 tier, you get 5 of these. At the $10 tier, you get 10. At the $20 tier, you get 15. At the $50 tier, you get 25. And at the $100 tier, you get 45 of these. You know, this is the case in Rise of Kingdoms, and I think it's probably also true for Call of Dragons, where sometimes the chase item that you really want, you get less of it the further into the bundle you get. So in Rise of Kingdoms, there was a bundle where you get passports to go to another kingdom, and like, you could get them for $5 a passport at the lower tiers of the bundle, and they're like $20 a passport at the highest tier of the bundle. That's just something that is typically done in this genre. The other bundle that's in this guide that I wanted to highlight is the Treasure Forge bundle, which is related to an artifact event where you can get a lot of a legendary artifact of your choosing. This event is super strong for advancing your artifacts and is something that I certainly will be spending on. So I expect this is a bundle that I will max. It is giving some amount of arcane dust. Remember, that is seasonal, but you're really there for the forged artifact keys in order to play this particular event. I assume that we're going through, and that was the 5, 10, 20. Here's the $50 bundle for what's in this. Maybe that, yeah, that's the $50 bundle. And here is the $100 bundle. Of course, if you're ever wondering what tier is it, you can just look at the gem count, and that will tell you, yeah, okay, this is the $100 tier, 25,000 gems, and you get 50 of the forged artifact keys. So now we jump back into Bluestacks to talk about what I think is really worth doing here. And look, even though I plan to go ham at the start of the season, what do I really need to go ham for? Like, who am I fighting? Yes, you're going to get some early fights in Call of Dragons, make no mistake about it, but like, you don't actually have to push an insane amount of power in your first couple days in the game. So if you're still figuring out if the game is for you, then you don't have to buy any of these bundles right away. If you miss a couple of the pop-ups, it's honestly not that big of a deal. You're going to recover. On my main account in Rise of Kingdoms, where I've now spent over $100,000, I started out free to play because I'd never played a game in this genre like this before. Not really. I played Travian way back in the day. It's like, you know, it's like similar, but not the same, right? Like, not even close. You know, I played a lot of Civilization, Colonization back in the day, you know, Masters of Orion. This style of game is really next level, and I do really enjoy this game. So if you are going to start spending, as a reminder and as a summary of what we've talked about, look to those overtime things, such as the monthly packs, the growth fund, and the seasonal packs. Those are really, really high value. The pop-ups, time limited, are also high value. VIP commanders are really, really strong. The daily deals are freaking outstanding. And last is the great value bundles. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, consider subscribing to the channel. I have made literally thousands of videos in this genre, and I am continuing to do so now for Call of Dragons as well as Rise of Kingdoms. And consider playing Call of Dragons on PC using Bluestacks. Using my link in the description and the pinned comment will support the channel. Thank you again, Bluestacks, for sponsoring this video.